Hello, sunshine. Thank you so much for joining Being Awesome with Yvette, where I write and share daily messages to uplift and encourage you to want to change and do the will of God to become a stronger and better version of you. If this is something you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button to be notified when I post the next message. Today, the message is time to grow. The scripture is James 1, verse 2 through 3. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing the testing of your faith produces patience. We all will face something that will bring us disappointment, hurt, and pain. We need to start thanking God during the trials and praying for Him to give us the strength and courage we need, because without any struggles, we can't get the knowledge and wisdom to grow and become stronger and better. Guys, this is something that 6 years ago I learned through my disappointment, hurt, and pain. I was divorcing someone that I was married to that was a narcissist. And here I was in a state with no friends, no family, or at least I thought I had no friends, and no family. I was 6 hours away from the closest family member at this time. And I didn't want to go to family because I wanted to walk in faith. I'll never forget, I heard Joyce Myers talk about, faith, walking in faith, trusting God for the unknown. And I wanted to know what that was like. I knew God, but I didn't know God. So I'm just going to be honest with you. But for once in my life, here I am. I'm trusting God to do things, but was I completely trusting? And I really wanted to know what it was like to truly depend on God. And I'll never forget, I would go through things. I would go through my phases. One day I'm good, one day I'm bad. And I never forget, I was trading my car in and I found my ex keys to his car, his spare keys in my car. And I was on the phone with a friend. And she goes, girl, don't give him back them keys. Throw them keys away. Okay. The side of Yvette was like, girl, you know what? You were right. And wrong. God, I felt God. This is what I felt. God was like, no. Are you going to trust me to be your defense? But in trusting me, I need you to do the right thing. I was like, oh. I wanted to be with my friend. I wanted to be like, you know what? Throw them keys away. He don't deserve it. He did me wrong. And that's just what I'm going to do. Wrong. I did the right thing. Because guess what? Here I was. I wanted to know what it was like to completely trust God, knowing that He had me. I did the right thing. I took my ex back the keys. And even though he did me wrong, I did the right thing. And guess what? God was showing me that, you know what? You are so much stronger. Because guess what? It took courage to do that. It took strength to do that. Because mind you, I'm hurt. You don't hurt me. You done did me wrong for 9 years. How, you want me to do something nice? I don't want to do anything nice. But because I was trusting God, I was growing, guys. So in the midst of the hurt and pain, I was growing. But that was only because I trusted God to be my defense. I trusted God to fight my battles for me. I trusted. I had to walk in faith. And I like to look at walking in faith as for answers. I trust Him. I'm trusting Him for the unknown. And guys, let me tell you, the more I walked that way and the more I trusted God, the more the process was easier for me to deal with. Now, mind you, there was an 8-month time span also during this time, but I trusted God. And guys, let me tell you, when you start completely trusting God, when you do get in situations, you will trust God. I have a friend right now. She's like, I don't understand. Sometimes you're in bad situations, Yvette, and you will not move. You will stay right there because you're trusting God. And I know I am. To everybody else, It seems crazy. And I don't know who needs to hear this. But when we go to God in prayer, we have to completely trust God, not ourselves, not the people around us. Because guess what, guys? I learned that even though people will say, do this and do that, I got to trust God. I got to trust God to open the right door. I got to trust God to move the right people, but I got to trust God. Now, I'm not being hurt in no means. Yes, is people saying stuff to hurt my feelings? Heck yeah. But guess what? I'm trusting God. And let me tell you something. God has always shown up. Guys, during your trials, I don't look at my trials anymore as hurt, pain. I look at them now as God is teaching me. I'm growing. I'm growing in my walk. I'm growing in my relationship with God. Because guess what? It is teaching me that in the midst of chaos, I can still trust God. And in the midst of chaos, I don't have to open my mouth. I don't have to argue with nobody. I don't have to say anything. And to be honest, I don't care what anybody else thinks of me. Because at the end of the day, God is who shows up for me. God. And he puts the right people in my path. But that's when I'm still. That's when I can be still. But I have to be still. Sometimes in the midst of our chaos, we got to stop trying to tell people and show people who we are. Sometimes the best thing to do is just be quiet. Let them think what they want. I no longer try to argue with someone who already has formed an opinion of me. Because guess what? They're going to keep that opinion. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am with God. And I know who I am with myself. But that's growth. That's growth. In the midst of a storm, when you can be quiet and allow God to fight your battles for you. Because God will give you the strength and the courage you need to be quiet sometimes. And sometimes if you need to speak, he will also give you what to say and when to say it. Because not every battle requires us to say anything. Sometimes the strength is in walking off. That is the strength and courage. That is what God has given us. That is growth. To be able to be in a storm and walk away with confidence, knowing God has gave you that courage to walk away. When the old you would stay there and argue with somebody and build fires with them and go back and forth, and all it does is kill you, steal your joy and your peace. But guess what? Strength, when God gives you the strength and courage you need, you can walk away and not stay there and entertain chaos. That is what I love seeing what God does in my life. When I could be in the midst of a storm and I could be still and allow God to be my strength, let God fight my battles. Guys, come and join me. Let's grow. Let's start looking at trials as just a next step to trying to get where we're going. And guess what? I look at trials. When trials come up now, I go, God, thank you. Because you know what? You're about to do something amazing in my life. And there's people around me that's trying to stop me from getting where you want me to go. That's how I look at trials now. I'd be like, Lord, you must be getting ready to do something amazing in my life. Because here I am crying. I'm upset. And guess what? You are about to show up in my life. That's how I face trials now. I look at it as God's got something set up for me. Come take this journey with me. Come take this journey. Let's grow. Let's grow together. Let's grow. Let's have a better relationship with God and ourselves so we can be better for the people in our life and the people that are going to be coming in our life. Guys, come join Being Awesome with Yvette to have that better relationship so we can be a better version of ourselves. Again, please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining Being Awesome with Yvette. Have an awesome day.